Imagine a young farm boy, barely 17 years old, who would grow up to become the most decorated soldier in American history. His name is Audie Murphy, a man whose bravery on the battlefield was nothing short of legendary. Born into poverty in rural Texas, Audie didn't have much going for him, but what he lacked in resources, he made up for with heart, courage, and an unbreakable spirit. When World War II erupted, Audie did something remarkable. He lied about his age to join the U.S. Army, determined to fight for his country. What followed was a journey filled with unimaginable danger, fierce battles, and heroic moments that would forever change the course of history. Against all odds, Audie Murphy rose through the ranks, proving that true heroism doesn't come from where you're born, but from what you're willing to risk. This is a story of a kid from humble beginnings who faced the horrors of war head-on and emerged as a symbol of bravery and sacrifice. From the dusty fields of Texas to the battle-scarred landscapes of Europe, Audie's story is one of resilience, courage, and an unyielding will to survive. So buckle up, because in the next few minutes, you're going to witness the incredible tale of a soldier who defied all odds, fought like a legend, and left behind a legacy that still inspires millions today. Audie Murphy was born on June 20th, 1925, in Kingston, Texas, into a poor farming family. Life wasn't easy for Audie or his 8 siblings. Their father abandoned the family when Audie was just a child, leaving his mother to work tirelessly to keep food on the table. They lived in a small, run-down house, struggling to make ends meet. Growing up in the Texas countryside, Audie learned early on what hard work meant. From sunrise to sunset, he helped on the farm, doing everything from planting crops to fixing fences. Despite the hardships, Audie was known for his determination and quick wit. He loved playing baseball and was a bit of a prankster, always keeping his friends laughing. But school wasn't easy for him. Due to the family's constant moving to find work, Audie barely finished the 6th grade. Still, he had a fierce desire to prove himself, especially after hearing about the war raging overseas. He felt a deep calling to serve his country. Even though he was young, and the world outside a small town seemed so distant, when he turned 17, Audie made a decision that would change his life forever. Knowing he was too young to enlist, he lied about his age and signed up for the Army. His mother wasn't thrilled, but understood his determination. Audie's dream was clear: to fight for America and protect the freedom he so dearly loved. This was just the beginning of an extraordinary journey, from a poor farm boy with no future in sight to a soldier who would become a legend. At just 17 years old, Audie Murphy officially joined the U.S. Army in 1942. Despite being underage, determined and full of energy, he quickly passed basic training at Camp Wolters, Texas. But it wasn't just about following orders for Audie. He wanted to prove he was more than just a farm boy. He was ready to fight. Audie's early days in the Army were tough. Basic training was grueling, designed to break down recruits and build them back up as soldiers. For Audie, the physical challenges were nothing new. Years of hard labor on the farm had made him strong and resilient. What really tested him was learning how to become part of a team and follow military discipline. His drill instructors quickly noticed his sharp mind and fearless attitude. Audie was a natural leader, but he wasn't one to seek attention. Quiet and humble, he earned respect through his actions, not words. After completing training, Audie was assigned to the 15th Infantry Regiment, 3rd Infantry Division. His unit was soon shipped off to the dangerous battlefields of North Africa and later Italy. It was there, in the heat of war, that Audie's courage would be tested like never before. Though still a teenager, Audie faced the brutal realities of combat, the chaos, the fear, the loss of friends. But each challenge only made him more determined to survive and protect those around him. His journey from a raw recruit to a battle-hardened soldier had begun. What came next would make him a legend. Audie Murphy's first taste of combat came in North Africa in 1943, where the heat was brutal and the fighting fierce. For a young soldier like Audie, it was a harsh introduction to war, filled with danger, uncertainty, and the constant threat of death. Soon after, he was sent to fight in the Italian campaign, participating in some of the toughest battles on the European front. The terrain was rough, and the enemy was relentless, but Audie's determination never wavered. He quickly earned a reputation among his comrades for being fearless and dependable. During the brutal invasion of Sicily, Audie's courage shone through. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, he often volunteered for the most dangerous missions. His quick thinking and bravery saved many lives. His fellow soldiers began to see him not just as a teammate, but as a leader, someone they could rely on in the worst moments. Audie's rise through the ranks was fast. From a private to a sergeant, his acts of valor caught the attention of his commanders. But what truly set him apart was his humble nature. Even after performing heroic feats, he remained modest, always crediting his unit rather than himself. These early battles were just the beginning. Audie Murphy was no ordinary soldier. He was becoming a legend. The war was far from over, and soon he would face his greatest challenge yet, one that would etch his name into history forever. In January 1945, Audie Murphy faced the most terrifying and heroic moment of his life during the Battle of the Colmar Pocket in France. His unit was pinned down by an overwhelming enemy force, facing relentless attacks in freezing winter conditions. Outnumbered and low on ammunition, Murphy found himself alone on a small hill, with the enemy advancing fast. Instead of retreating, Audie climbed onto a burning tank destroyer, grabbed a .50 caliber machine gun, and opened fire on the attacking German soldiers. For hours, he held his position, firing relentlessly, despite being wounded and exposed to enemy fire from all sides. His fearless defense stopped the German advance, saving his unit from being overrun and buying crucial time for reinforcements to arrive. His bravery didn't stop there. After exhausting all the ammunition on the tank destroyer, Audie gathered a few men, led a counterattack, and pushed the enemy back. His actions on that cold January day earned him the Medal of Honor, the highest military award in the United States. This battle wasn't just a fight for survival. It was a testament to Murphy's courage, leadership, and unbreakable will. The story of that day spread quickly, inspiring soldiers across the Allied forces and solidifying Audie Murphy's place as a true American hero. The boy from Texas had become a symbol of hope and bravery during one of the darkest chapters of World War II. But even with all the glory, Audie's journey was far from over. Audie Murphy didn't just survive the war. He became one of the most highly decorated soldiers in American history. Over the course of World War II, he earned every major U.S. combat award for valor, including the prestigious Medal of Honor, Distinguished Service Cross, Silver Star, and Bronze Star, and that's just a few of the dozens of medals he received. His courage was recognized not only by the United States, but also by Allied countries. France awarded him the Legion of Honor and the Croix de Guerre, while Belgium honored him with the Order of Leopold. What made Audie's story so powerful wasn't just the medals themselves. It was the spirit behind them. He wasn't fighting for glory or fame. Audie fought to protect his fellow soldiers, to defend freedom, and to make sure the sacrifices of so many wouldn't be in vain. Despite the enormous recognition, Audie remained humble. He often said that he was just an ordinary man doing his duty. His humility made him relatable and beloved by many, a true hero in the eyes of his comrades and the American public. Audie Murphy's award symbolized the bravery and sacrifice of an entire generation. His story reminded people back home of the cost of war, the power of courage, and the importance of fighting for what's right. But behind the medals and honors, Audie struggled with invisible wounds, the deep scars that war leaves on the soul. Even a hero like him wasn't immune to the haunting memories of battle. Even though Audie Murphy returned home a celebrated war hero, his battle was far from over. Behind the medals and applause, he faced a silent enemy, what we now know as post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. Murphy struggled with terrifying nightmares, flashbacks, and anxiety from the horrors he witnessed on the battlefield. The memories of lost friends, intense firefights, and the constant threat of death haunted him every day. Sleep was often impossible without medication. For a man who had faced down death countless times, these invisible wounds were some of the hardest to fight. Audie rarely spoke openly about his struggles, as many veterans of his time did not have the support or understanding we have today. His battle with PTSD led to bouts of depression and loneliness. Despite his fame and success, Murphy often felt isolated, as if no one could truly understand what he'd been through. To cope, he threw himself into work, eventually turning to Hollywood. Acting became both a distraction and a way to honor his experiences. Yet, no matter where he went, the war was always with him. Audie's story sheds light on the harsh reality many veterans face. Winning the war abroad doesn't always mean peace at home. His courage extended beyond the battlefield, showing strength in facing the emotional scars of combat. Today, his experience helps remind us to support those who serve, not just during war, but long after the fighting ends. After World War II, Audie Murphy faced a new kind of challenge, adjusting to civilian life. But rather than fade into obscurity, he found a unique way to keep his story alive: Hollywood. Murphy moved to Los Angeles and began a career as an actor, starring in over 40 films. Many of these movies were westerns or war dramas, drawing directly from his own experiences as a soldier. Audie brought authenticity to his roles, showing audiences what real courage looked like. His most famous film was A Hell and Back, released in 1955. It was based on his own autobiography and told the story of his wartime heroics in vivid detail. Audie didn't just act in the movie. He played himself, bringing a powerful, personal touch to the screen. The film was a huge success and helped cement his legacy as both a war hero and a Hollywood star. Hollywood wasn't just a career for Audie. It was a way to cope with his past and honor the sacrifices of those who fought beside him. Through his films, he educated the public about the realities of war and the strength it took to survive. Despite his on-screen success, Audie remained humble and grounded. He never forgot the friends he lost or the battlefields he left behind. His Hollywood journey showed the world that heroes come in many forms, not just on the front lines, but also in how they choose to tell their stories. Audie Murphy's life was a story of extraordinary courage, but it was also marked by tragedy. After the war and his Hollywood career, Murphy continued to be a symbol of bravery and sacrifice for millions. He used his fame to support veterans and raise awareness about the struggles soldiers face after combat. Audie spoke openly about his own battles with PTSD, helping to break the silence around mental health for veterans, an issue rarely discussed at the time. Sadly, on May 28, 1971, Audie Murphy's life was cut short. He died in a plane crash in Virginia at just 45 years old. The nation mourned the loss of its greatest war hero, someone who had given so much for his country. Despite his early death, Audie Murphy's legacy lives on. Schools, parks, and military facilities have been named in his honor. His story continues to inspire new generations, a reminder of the price of freedom and the power of courage. Audie Murphy showed the world that true heroism isn't about fame or medals. It's about sacrifice, humility, and an unyielding to stand up for what's right. His legacy remains a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who hear his story. Audie Murphy's story is one of courage, sacrifice, and resilience, a reminder that heroes come from the most unlikely places. From a poor farm boy in Texas to the most decorated soldier in American history, Audie showed us what true bravery looks like. His journey wasn't easy. He faced unimaginable dangers on the battlefield and struggled with invisible wounds after the war. Yet through it all, Audie never gave up. He fought for his country, his fellow soldiers, and the values he believed in. Today, his legacy lives on, inspiring millions around the world to face their own battles with strength and courage. Audie Murphy's life teaches us that no matter where we come from or how tough the fight, ordinary people can do extraordinary things. If you found Audie Murphy's story as inspiring as I did, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more amazing stories about real heroes. And if you know a veteran or someone who's overcome incredible odds, share their story in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Remember, heroism isn't just about the medals, it's about the heart behind them.